Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm Right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
What's up, sweetheart?
I'm up, you're up, we're all up and awake.
Yes. I've been getting up earlier, have you noticed?
No. No.
I actually get up earlier when you're not here. I sleep in on the weekends.
Oh, okay. You say so.
A little bit. Not a lot. A little bit.
Okay. But I'm kind of energized. The last time I said I was energized is because we had a vacation.
Right.
But we recently had a holiday weekend, a long holiday weekend.
Yes.
And I feel fantastic.
You do?
It was wonderful. We had people over to the house, which is the first time we've had people to the house since COVID started. So a year and a half.
We had a lot of people over. Yes, we did.
And for the people that have known us for many years, you know that we occasionally give, throughout the years, these cookouts or
it wasn't
parties.
It wasn't as big as that because we have 75 to 100 people for those, but that's not what this was.
No. But it was very enjoyable. It made it feel like we brought some life into the house again.
Oh, there was definitely life.
Yes, there was. Many things happened.
Yes.
Enough things happened that we can write a book about it.
We sure could. We sure
all
could.
One weekend. It'll be all one book.
Yes, take place in one weekend.
Or maybe a short story, but
Yes. Well, my weekend was good too, but for a different reason. I got to reconnect with my MFA community.
Cool.
And that's always enjoyable for me. It always sparks more creative ideas and recharges me in that way. So I'm actually feeling, last time we talked, I wasn't feeling recharged. Now I am.
Now you do. Oh,
yes.
This is fabulous. So what are we going to do this week? What are we going to talk about?
Today, I don't know if you'll like this episode, but today we're talking about when your partner tells too much. It's part of a segment that we call Stand by Your Stance. Do you like this?
I love
episode
this.
Topic?
I love this topic.
Why?
Why wouldn't I? Sometimes you tell too much, Jill. You talk too much sometimes.
This episode is about you, sweetheart.
Couldn't possibly be.
Yes.
Not possibly. Nope.
I wasn't the only one that has said to you in our family, you tell too much.
No, I don't.
Not as much. You've gotten better.
No, I don't.
But you used to tell everything.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I really didn't. Everybody would say, "Oh, I'm the youngest in my family of siblings," and they say, the youngest is the one that always tells on everybody. The youngest is the one that's the cry baby. All of these things.
They used to make you cry.
They were cruel to me. That's because they were cruel to me and they picked on me.
So did you tell on them?
Hey, if they were picking on me, yeah, I would tell my mother. Absolutely.
So they were right. You did tell everything.
My survival depended on it. What are you talking about? If somebody's stabbing you with a back, are you just not going to say anything? With the back? In the back. In the back. Okay. If somebody's stabbing you with a knife in your back, are you just going to not say anything?
You fight back. Doesn't mean you tell anybody that it happened, but you fight back.
What if you can't fight back? What if you need to bring in reinforcements?
Well, there's that, I guess.
That's right. So, yes, of course I would tell.
About that. Little kids who got used to telling everything, they grow into adults and they still tell everything.
Not true, Jill, because if I told everything, I would be in jail. You see, I don't tell everything.
Are you saying that we're talking about family matters? We're not talking about everything that you know.
I don't tell everything in family matters. Like, for instance.
So you weren't saying that the things you know about family would land you in jail.
What I'm saying is the things I do say are things that really don't matter.
to you. But
No,
maybe
no, no,
that
no.
person wanted
No.
it kept secret.
Then you need to say, hey, this is on the low.
But
This
that's the
is
thing.
that I don't tell everything. I
But
don't.
we shouldn't have to tell you what to keep to yourself and what not. You should just have,
Well,
keep what you're told in confidence.
Some things need to be brought to the surface. I'm
like
sorry.
What?
Oh, let's see. What needs to be
Don't
brought
say
to
names, but
what
what
needs to be brought to the surface? Like, for instance, let me think, because I mean, it could be something simple. Let's take. I'm going to use a name in this one.
Me?
Yes.
How did I know?
Yes.
And it's something you've already told people, or are you telling people now?
I think we've mentioned it on the podcast before.
Okay.
Okay. Right. But this is something that in the past we kept really quiet. Okay. And that was that you sleepwalk, or used to. You don't do it as much as you used to. Hardly ever.
Okay. Now. Yes.
So like we went on vacation with some relatives when we rented the houseboat.
Right.
And I had to tell them that, hey, just in case.
Well, because I was doing it. No, I thought you told them once I did it.
Well, yeah, but I think I prepared them before that, before you started doing it.
Okay.
So, in case you see, Jill just walking around and she's not saying anything to you, she sleepwalks. I just want to let you know.
Well, in that case, I understand why you told. That makes absolute sense.
Well, there you go.
To prepare them. But you have told some things that I didn't want people to know just yet.
Like?
At times when I was either leaving a job or searching for a job or whatever, I didn't want you to tell people that before I told people that.
No. Let me tell you, in those cases.
Because most people got upset with me when I stopped being a journalist.
Listen to me. When I tell a family member or something about something or a project you're working on, it's really because I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, sweetheart.
So,
but there are some things I don't want people to know just yet.
I don't tell everything.
Well, now you don't.
I don't know. I never did.
You learn. Will you admit that you learned with me not to, especially with projects I'm working on, not to say anything until I say, "Okay, we can tell people." Would you admit you learned that?
I specifically ask you, or you specifically tell me, "Hey, I don't want anybody to know about this right now."
So you learned because we both learned.
No, because
to say
you
that
said,
because you just were telling it.
I didn't know it was a secret. I didn't think, you're working on a new project and I'm really proud of you. I didn't think it was a secret. You have to tell me, hey, it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. I don't want anybody to know. And when you tell me that, I don't tell anything.
Okay.
Really, many things that I go through
point is
myself.
That you had to learn that.
No, I didn't have to learn that.
Yes, you did, because you were just telling it before.
I got a bad rap because one of my close family members kept saying, "Tony tells everything. Tony tells everything."
Because you were doing it with them too.
Okay. Well, okay. Here, relatively recently, in the past couple of months.
Okay.
One of our family members said, "Hey, I think we're going to sell the house at the lake and buy a new house in town."
Right.
Oh, okay. And I said, "Man, you really going to sell the house at the lake?" I said, "Because that's where I wanted to come and spend time, when I retire. I know I could go there, and we could go there, Jill, and stay for about a month,
Not a month.
at the lake." So
we can go for
it was all good. So, I mean, we just had this conversation.
Right.
So I was on a call with another relative and they, "Hey, what's going on? Have you spoken to the other relative?" "Oh, yeah. They're talking about, selling the lake house and buying a new house." Simple. No, it's no secret. He just told me. He didn't say keep it, low. I don't want to. Just general conversation. So I told one of our other relatives, when we were talking, hey, have you talked to the other relative lately? Oh, yeah. They're talking about doing such and such, such and such. That's it.
Right.
And then the one that said he might sell the house and all of that
got upset.
Why you tell everything? You're telling everything. I didn't think it was a big deal. This wasn't a big deal to me.
But it was to him. That's the point. Is that many times
you
people
have to be
might say
clear.
something.
It's general conversation. Just like if I were to say, hey, I bought a new smoker, big grill. I bought a new smoker, right?
Right.
Nobody would think that I want that to be kept secret. You see? Because
that's what you do. You use it to feed other people.
Yeah, but what if I told you that and I didn't want anybody to know?
Well, that's the point, sweetheart. I'm the kind of friend and wife that when I'm talking to certain people, listen to me.
No.
I listen to you, listen to me. I have certain friends that they know if they tell me something, it goes in the vault. I don't tell anybody.
Yes, if it was
even if they don't say,
no, listen,
this is between you and me. They know that if they have a conversation with me, it's a conversation where, I don't reveal anything.
If you and I or anyone else were to have a conversation with me and it was about something they're going through emotionally, some emotional problem.
Sure.
I'm not telling anybody.
So see,
that's their business.
Do you hear yourself? You're saying, this is what I hear you saying.
What do you hear me saying?
I am hearing you say that when you have a conversation with someone, if it falls into several categories, if it's an emotional thing, if it's
something that's really private, yes,
like
it's really private,
your perception of private, then you don't tell, but you don't take into consideration sometimes. With me, you've gotten so much better that I don't, it doesn't even, it's not a part of our relationship now. But we all have perceptions of what's private and what's not. There's some of us that you could tell us anything and we'll think it's private to everybody else, right? But so when we have conversations with people, and with listeners, I'm talking to listeners too. When you have conversations with anybody you have a relationship with, whether it's friend, family, or a romantic one, you have to take into account their perception of what is private. I have said to you many times before we started this podcast, you really want to start a podcast where we talk about our relationship, because I'm a very private person. I don't tell anybody things about us except on this podcast. And even then,
you don't tell anyone anything except on this podcast.
That Jill, they don't know already.
No, you tell many things that our listeners don't know already about you. Come on.
No, I'm saying the podcast became this thing where, okay, we have to talk about our relationship. That's what the premise of this whole podcast is. So Jill, I do open up more, but I'm not telling everything, Jill, nor do you.
No, like for instance, if somebody says, hey, I bought a new car. I bought a new car, and I may talk to somebody else that knows this person. They say, hey, have you talked to them lately? Oh, yeah, they bought a new car. It's just conversation. They bought a new car. I didn't think somebody telling me they bought a new car is a secret.
Yes, but maybe it is, because maybe they don't want people calculating how much money they must have because they bought that new car.
They're going to do it anyway. They're going to calculate when they see him with that car. Oh, okay, here's the thing. You yourself.
Me?
Yes.
What about me?
So, many of the listeners know I have like several grills, big ones, small ones, and each one does something different and all of that, right?
That's what you say, yes.
Sometimes a person will come over to visit and they've never been here before. Okay.
Right.
And, okay,
They start
cool.
counting your grills.
No, that's not how it happens.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no.
If they've never been here before,
Oh,
and they
no.
look outside,
No,
they're like, wait,
no,
there's a grill there. Is that a grill back there? What is that?
That is not how it happens
That's how
most
it
of the
happened
time.
this past weekend.
That's not how it happens most of the
How
time.
does it happen?
If it's dark out, it's night, you can't even see out on our decks and all of that, right? And you'll say, and Tony cooks and grills all types of meats and everything. He has 4 grills.
Says the man who gave me a business card that said I cook meat. Yes,
but
I do say that.
But you don't understand. I may not have wanted that person to know that I have 4 grills, that I cook.
But they're
going to
see it the very next day.
No, not if they just come in. I don't know, because some people, when they see all of that stuff, then they start trying to invite themselves over all the time.
Oh, but we're very good about.
I know that, but
come over that we
but
don't.
There have been
over.
several times I'm like, why is she pointing out all of these grills to everybody?
Because I thought that's something that you enjoy doing and showing.
Not necessarily. No. If you realize, if you go back and look, I don't usually tell people that I have all of these smokers unless it comes up in a conversation. Otherwise, I don't really say anything about it.
Okay. I'll
so you're telling
duly
stuff.
Noted, but I have heard
you're telling stuff too, right?
But things I've heard you tell people, so I thought it was okay that you were okay to reveal that about yourself.
No,
but now that you've brought it to my attention, I will not tell a single person ever again.
I say I'm not, but sometimes it's just.
But you know where that came from?
What?
Me telling people how many grills you have.
What?
When you and I first married, you continued to have the kind of gatherings you mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, you said to me, I don't have any friends or very many, so you have to do the invitation list. And I'm like, but I do know a lot of people. What are we talking? You're like, just invite people that you wouldn't mind knowing where you live.
Okay.
That's how you did that. That's what you said. So we ended up with 75 to 100 people.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So some of those people, they accepted. And then when they heard that somebody else they knew was coming, they were like, how many people are you expecting? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't add it up, but maybe 75, 100. I don't know. And they were like, Tony can cook for that many people? And I'll say, yeah, he has 4 grills. I don't know what they all do. You keep telling me, but I don't know. I don't know what they all do. But yeah, he has 4 grills. And at the time, your brother would help you too. Yeah. So then when they got here and they saw that was indeed the case, then they told people. So I thought it was so it started, my perception that it was okay to reveal that started with you telling me that it was okay to invite 75 to 100 people. Well, actually, I must have invited more because not everybody came.
It was okay to invite all of those people. Oh, well, let me give you another example. I can fix just about anything. Okay?
Yes.
Repairing a house.
I found that you don't actually like to do that.
And repair in the house, repair to a car. I can do that stuff, right?
Yes.
But typically, I do not volunteer that information to people.
Yes, I did volunteer that information to one friend because she needed help with her grill. So yes, I thought that,
and I didn't mind helping your friend.
That's the only person I told that you could do that.
No, but family
You
members.
had a handyman business at one time. You didn't like it, but you had it.
Well, sometimes people in my family will, just say, yeah, Tony can fix anything. It's true.
It is true. It doesn't mean you like to do it, though.
But it also doesn't mean I like for family members to tell people that I do that stuff.
I understand that.
Because then they're like, hey, can you come fix this? Can you come fix that?
Yes. It's the same with me and resumes. People are like, look at my resume.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same.
Okay. Now, see, for instance, with your resume, quite often people will come to me talking about their resume and they haven't been able to get any,
and you don't out me on that.
That's right. They haven't.
I don't really
That's right. They haven't gotten any callbacks.
I can teach you how to do it. I can empower people to know how to do their own resume, but I really don't like to write them.
And I might ask them, well, what does your resume look like? How many pages is it? And if they tell me it's 6 pages, I know from you 6 pages is way too long.
Yes, unless it's a CB, unless they're in education.
Yes. So, but I don't say, hey, my wife does resumes, because
you have never outed me on that.
That's right.
Because you know how I feel about that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So again, the things that I do say are not life-changing things. I say, when I tell something, I didn't think it was a secret. I just didn't.
I understand that.
But
I'm just saying that when you're in a relationship with someone, consider what might be private to the other person.
Yeah. No, and seriously, I have said things that after I said it, I was like,
oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Jill didn't want me to tell that. But usually it's because it's usually because of something you're doing that's really positive. I'm really proud of you for doing it. And I'm just like, oh yeah, Jill's doing something.
Yes. No, I never think that I've never thought.
And I have gotten better with that.
You have absolutely gotten better with that. But I've never thought from the things that you've told that, I have never thought, I have always thought you were well-intentioned when you said it, that, you weren't trying to bring me down or make me mad. You weren't trying to do any of those things. So I always thought it came from a place of love.
Absolutely.
So I think for our listeners in relationships, we have never had the problem I'm about to describe, but sometimes people, when they get married, but they still have single friends,
they tell their business,
single friends,
their personal
about their
marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
We have never had that issue.
No, you shouldn't do that. You also shouldn't tell your family about your,
because people because we're all human, people
problems.
will take
sides. everyday kind of marital issues.
Right.
Now, if you're being, physically and verbally abused, that's something different.
Right. Because in my last marriage, I ended up telling people the issue because they were asking, like, what's wrong with you? Like, something's wrong with you. Like, it actually changed my demeanor.
Right.
To internalize it.
Yeah.
So once I did start talking about it, it was like, just flowing out because I needed a release. So in hindsight, I wouldn't have told as many people, but I did need to tell somebody because I felt like, I needed an escape and I didn't know how to do that.
Right.
So my friends that I told helped me.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I guess it's a fine line.
Yes, it depends on the issue. Like I would hope that if any of my friends are abused in any way, that they would tell somebody so they could get help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So, but no, I on the most part, the things that people accuse me of talking too much or saying too much are never things that are
harmful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, we could all laugh it off. you
Yeah.
know, and you're easily forgiven, you know.
Yeah.
So we could all laugh it off.
Yeah, but never. I mean, like today, I am doing so many things that people don't know.
Right.
You know.
I know, and I have not told people.
And you have not told people, but I'm doing a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff going on that people don't know.
Yes.
I don't, you know, you don't tell it, I don't tell it.
Right. Yes, because you know what all I'm working on, and you haven't told anybody.
Right.
Which is great. Well, let's get to our second segment that we called
Give it a rest and a resolution.
Do you have a conclusion on this topic?
I do have a conclusion on this topic.
Go for it.
If you are in a relationship, you know, a relationship.
Like a romantic one? So
actually, it could be with anyone.
It could be with anyone. Any type of relationship, I think.
It could be, yes, it can. Try to establish some boundaries if you're unsure of what can be talked about and not. So in a case like me, I need to, when someone is talking to me, and I might need to say, well, you need to let me know. Is this a secret? Is this something you don't want me to utter again? You know, and that way they have the power, and I don't take any power away from them by telling something they didn't want me to tell.
Establish
in
my
mind,
what's on the record and what's off the record.
That's right. In my mind, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But in their mind, it might be. Just like with me, with my grills. Sometimes I just don't want you to tell people that I do that because people want stuff. You can? You know what? You can?
And they start putting in their orders.
Yes.
I understand that.
Okay. What do you have?
Well, my conclusion is that I guess everybody actually has secrets.
Are they secrets?
They're things that you don't want people to know.
I don't know. But are they secrets? Because I really don't care for secrets, like walking around and holding all of these secrets. So are they really secrets, or is there respect for that person's wishes?
Privacy? Yes. I think it's both. I think most of the things that I've brought up today is a respect for privacy. But there are people that, okay, I don't want anyone to know that I'm doing this. And maybe they'll tell it eventually, or maybe they won't tell at all.
Well,
but if it's bad behavior,
I don't want somebody.
I don't want to hold someone's bad behavior a secret.
I don't want a friend or a family member to say, hey, what I'm going to tell you is a secret. And then they tell me that they murdered someone.
Well, that's very different.
That's a secret.
But that's very different.
I don't want someone.
If you've committed a crime, don't. Well, first of all, if you commit a crime, don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. Yeah,
but certainly don't put people in a position where you're expecting other people to hold that
I know
secret.
people that have committed a lot of crimes, and they'll tell you stuff.
Well, they shouldn't.
They'll just,
that's stupid.
Guess what I did?
That's stupid. Well, okay. Well, then that brings us to our third segment that we call
I'm trying to help you.
I guess you do have advice.
I got something. If you have a secret, if you are going to receive a secret from someone else, keep your mouth shut. Zip it, shut it, keep it, zip, shut, done.
I actually don't have any advice after that.
What?
Let's get to our fourth segment that we call. So, what do you think? What do you think? Because I'm right.
Because I'm right.
Phone number
is 404-594-2247.
And don't call us and leave any secrets.
See, now somebody's going to call and leave a secret. And guess
we
what?
We may broadcast it.
We may broadcast it, right? So don't leave your name, but we may broadcast it just to let you know it's not a secret that we might broadcast.
Time to go. You've been listening to I'm Right.
I'm Right.
I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
And I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music, Nick Zinke for the art. Thank you, listeners.
All right.
Bye.
We love you all. Bye-bye.